Welcome to this third of From Zero Developer. This is lesson 9 and you'll learn how to work with images. You're pretty accustomed to this already. Our developer.com folder, you open this up. You see from the last tutorial that we had created the index.html and the text.html file, and we're going to be creating one more for our images. So we'll be duplicating the text.html file. We'll copy that, I'll paste it. I'll rename this to images.html. Yeah. What we're going to do now is we're going to open up the index.html with Notepad. We're going to open up the images.html with Notepad also. Then we'll be opening the index.html with Google Chrome. So presently we're at the entry point of our application, which is the index.html file. And what we're going to do is we're going to be editing it to include the link to the image.html file. So let's copy that. Now this is going to tell us working with images instead. So here I'll create an images.html file, which is exactly what we have here, images.html file. If you don't spell this correctly, it's not going to point to this file, so you have to be careful when you do that. Let's go to our browser and refresh. See that we have working with images too. So if we click that, now it takes us to images.html here. But our images.html, since we duplicated that for text, we're having everything on the text page. So now we need to edit the images.html file. So what we're going to do is we change this. We'll add something called images here to the title, and yeah. So when we refresh, we know that we are in the right place. See by images. So this is the right file that we're supposed to work on. And we change the headers a little bit to wow, okay, working with images. So we just have to get this all other markup out of this page because we don't want text here, we just want to demonstrate images. So if we refresh, we are good to go. We're working with images, but first let's test our links. If you click back to home, it takes us back here. Click to text, takes us to text. Click home, takes us back there. Click to images, takes us to where we are right now. So for us to work here, we need some images to work. And what we're going to do is we'll just go to one of my image directory, and we're going to be doing something now. We're going to be creating a folder to keep all our images because it's more tidy that way. Images, right? Now in this folder we're just going to paste everything, but what are we going to do for just clarity? Oh, we can leave this, it's already self-explanatory. Clock 5 del, and just rename this a little bit to have no numbers. Yeah, so this is this is very cool. We have an images folder that contains 3 images, a Dell's computer, a clock, and this is a leaf, or this is an apple, man. This is an apple, man. This is an apple, so we name that apple. And we're good to go working with images. So what we need to do next is we need to open up our image.html file, and we start writing image markups. So first we do image, close, then we'll put a source attribute. This is the most important attribute for the images, a source attribute, which is going to point to our file. Now for us to be able to call any of these images, we need to go into the directory images slash, the first is apple.png. Always ensure that you're writing the correct extension. If it is png and you write jpg here, you're not going to see the image. So let me just refresh and see our apple come up. So we have our apple come up. Now if I mistakenly put JPG there and I refresh, you see that it's not bringing up any image. So you must be very careful working with extensions. So this is PNG and our image is back on track. Next we're going to have the next image, which is Dell. Let's see what's gonna happen now. Yeah, then there are three, so let's just make the images. So yeah, so if I do this, I have three images on the page. Whoa, three apples! Wow, I sell apples now. Ha ha ha. Yeah, so the next one is, they're all okay. The clock is PNG and Dell is JPG. So let's endeavor to put that there too. So we have clock.png, we have Dell.jpg. So ensure that everything is correct, and you see that the clock is very big and the Dell is small and our page is distorted. Now this will lead us back to using our inline attribute and values, which is the width. We can specify the width of the image to be like 200 pixels, and if we refresh that now, you see that image is now small and the Dell is still pretty much very large. So we can just extend our generosity to the other images to resize them in suitable ways. So this is, now we can use the other approach. We can use the height to specify to which I prefer, since the height to give them uniformity. So if I specify a height of 200, specify a height of 200 instead of a width, they would all be on the same line and they'll be uniform about it. So check that out. So this is more uniform than the others. And voila, you now know how to work with images. Now what happens with the height attribute is, if you give it a height of 200, it will automatically calculate the width that fits the aspect ratio of 200 without distorting the image. But if I specify a width here that is incorrect, that is not the same as the equivalent width to the aspect ratio of the image might get distorted. So check this out. You see that 200 by 50 is not the right aspect ratio for that Dell image and it's distorting. So that's why I decided to omit the width attribute and value pair. But if you know the exact width value for the image, you can actually put it there. I don't know the exact value, so I'm not just going to put it there because this is also still distorted. But if to have it automatically calculate it for you, you just omit this and just leave it out of the whole equation, and the browser will automatically calculate the real width for it. So as the height too. If you put in the width attribute without putting the height, the browser will automatically calculate the height for you. So that concludes our working with images, and it's very simple. So if you go to working with text, go back to your home page, go to working with images, go back to your home page. So now what have we achieved so far? We have achieved a multi-page application. Our application is now not just one more page. We have an index, which is the entry point. We have an image page to look at images, and we have a text page to look at text. So you see that you're already beginning to soar, and this is just fundamental HTML. We have not started any styling yet, and when we start styling, you see the power of CSS.